You're cute.
Thank you, baby.
You're cute. Yeah.
Welcome back.
What would we do without the gay boy? What would we do? What would we do?
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
So, this week we're gonna talk a little bit about being gay, but also heteronormativity. So
Yes.
I think in the queer space, living in the world, period, you can't help but feel a push toward more heteronormativity despite not being heterosexual.
I think one of the biggest things that we've seen in the past, let's say, about 20 years or so, would be marriage. I remember as a young person, as a little boy, I really wanted to be married. There was something about marriage that seemed like that was normal. And it's what I wanted from a very early age. And from that time on until I was married, it was something that I really wanted. And I just happened to be in a state at the time when I did get married in Massachusetts that allowed me to do so.
There's a strong sense for like relationship and community, right? We are communal beings, and
Yes.
that's what we desire. That we need that, and the idea that you are creating your own tribe, I think, with family is significant and important. For the longest time, I wanted kids when I was younger, and then I've kind of in my 20s and 30s, I've kind of backpedaled, and I'm like, oh gosh, it's a lot of money.
Sure.
I want to travel.
Yeah.
You know, I want to think about Delon. I don't want to think about like somebody's chickadees, my chickadees,
Yours.
actually. So, and that's a testament right there. Like, I want to be able to give you your kids back. But like, I had this biological thing recently, actually, where I'm like, oh, maybe I do want a family. I do want to take care of somebody else. I do want to have my own little tribe that's ours, that we can take care of, and you can have direct love, and you can, bring people into the world and help them and let them see the beautiful things about the world, which had kind of died for me.
Right. And some people hold that to be the truest thing that they can have as a human being on this earth. LGBTQ people. But then it can feel a little bit of a loneliness because you're the gay couple with the kid versus, or you're the lesbian couple. But to that point, I mentioned that because one of my very, very, very best friends, Jeff has worked really hard trying to find community within the LGBT community as two gay dads, because it's really tricky. And so just to have some camaraderie, you even as a parent want to have community within that. It's not, and so again, trying to conform, quote unquote, or just be part of society as a proud parent. When you're LGBTQ, that's also something that you're having to forge your own path on, honestly.
Interesting, I never thought about that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to give him a shout out. He's just starting this platform for gay parents to find each other.
Oh, really?
And to have that sense of community. So it's Famdoption, FAMDOPTION.strikingly, STRIKINGLY.com. And so that's another way of just trying to find our way in this world, is when you do have children, or if you choose to go that route.
My initial reaction is like, oh gosh, we're just trying to feed into this heteronormativity, and like,
a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, well, and I also think it's about status. Like, let's be honest, let's be real, okay? We do a lot of things for status, and by having a family, you have something to convene with other people about. I think when I say status, I don't mean like it's a conscious status thing, right? I think it's like it definitely, you do it because you want to. It's a love thing. You're elevating. It adds to your life because it enriches it. But I think that everything we do is a part of status.
So, we've talked about marriage, children. What other forms of heteronormative? I mean, for me, there's also just a desire of wanting to fit in that heteronormative society, is being able, something as simple, and it hit me for years when I was dating my ex.
Okay.
I always just wanted to feel comfortable holding his hand in public.
Oh my God, girl.
Like, I would just be like so mad seeing straight people get to kiss and hold hands and no one think twice. I wanted that feeling, like, for people to feel that. Like, that's even a part of it. Like, wanting to fit in that way. Like, I just want to hold my partner's hand in a way that shows love to him and to the world and not be ashamed of it.
And not think about it.
And not think about it.
Oh my God, you sent me that beautiful, beautiful video, didn't you? Brandon sent me this video. I'll link it in the
yes, we need to find
description.
it. Yeah.
It was this beautiful video talking about that moment where you think, I'm going to kiss him, I'm going to hold his hand, and the psychological kind of inner monologue that you have, and I'm getting goosebumps. And I was like, oh my God, you put words to what we feel.
Again, I think it's helpful to be permeating that in media because we need to have that scene.
Yes.
We need to have two women dating or are married or a family with kids. Like, we need to see it so that it helps the quote-unquote normalization of it so that people can feel comfortable in their own skin. What was I saying at the beginning of this podcast episode? That it was hard for me because all I saw was, marriage between a man and a woman and their kids and da-da-da. So when you show that to other people, it permeates their hearts, I just got the chills, it permeates their psyche. It changes what they think is normal and they can accept it. And for whether you are or aren't LGBTQ.
And my initial reaction to normalize it was like, no, we don't need to normalize it because it is. We're just here. But you're right. It's because you have to get in people's psyche. How you change the culture is you understand the culture, you understand the status quo, and you take little notches at it. You push against it as much as you can because the status quo is going to push a bitch back.
Hello.
She's going to push back real hard. What you do is you have little tidbits, understanding that I can't really change the status quo on my own, but all I can do is kind of nudge at the psyche, ask questions,
The point is not that we have the opinion that holds all of the community.
Or the answer.
Or the answer. It's just that we're sharing our story so that if it's out there too, you can relate. If you haven't had that experience, that you can realize that other people are having something different.
Right.
And that we're just putting it out there of ways to also challenge each other, challenge our own minds, and make sure that we're thinking about everybody. We did get some feedback from a viewer, and he did reach out to us via email. He's trans, and he schooled us in a good way.
Yeah.
And was like, literally just want to send this so that you can at least just think about certain verbiage, remembering that there's a different voice out there that's not heard as much. And to that point, we know that we are ignorant on some things.
Yes.
And so we want to be educated, and we want to share the education we get with y'all.
And please, if you have anything that you want to add to the conversation, we would love to continue to talk about it.
Yes.
agendabegay@gmail.com. You can email us on YouTube. You can, get in the comments. And on that note, you know what? Tell us your stories.
Yes.
Tell us your stories. Ask us your questions. We would love to engage with you.
Yes.
Because that just adds to this conversation.
Right. And you know what? This is our gay agenda, but we want it to be all of our gay
Let's
agenda.
make it our, If y'all can't see in the podcast, I'm making a world like around the sign for all of us. And remember to subscribe. We're here every Monday. It is now a podcast, as we keep talking about. We're just trying to push that because we want you to download, we want you to listen.
Yes.
You get the shorter version, the kind of highlights on YouTube, but you can get the full, usually 20-minute version on iTunes. Soon to be Spotify.
Yay.
So get into it. Until next week, this has been whose agenda?
Your agenda?
My agenda?
Our gay agenda.
What would we do without the gay boy? What would we do? What would we do?